Praise the Lord, church. I want you to open your heart this morning because the message God placed in my spirit is not just for someone who is praying, but for someone who is tired of praying and still waiting for answers. Many of us have prayed over something for months, some for years, and because the answer did not come the way we imagined, we concluded that God was silent. But I want to tell someone today that God is not silent because He has not given you what you expected. Sometimes His answer is hidden inside the peace He gives, the delay He allows, or the door He closes. The problem is not always that God has refused to answer. Sometimes the problem is that we have already chosen the answer we want before we came to pray. We kneel before God with our mouth saying, "Lord, let your will be done," but inside our heart, we are saying, "Lord, please approve what I have already decided." And when God does not approve it, when He slows it down, when He blocks it, when He removes the person, when He closes the opportunity, we begin to cry as if God has failed us. But hear me clearly, God's answer does not always come as yes. Sometimes God says yes, and when He says yes, He opens the door with peace. He may not remove every fear from your heart at once, but He will give you a deep assurance that this step is not dragging you away from Him. When God says yes, you will not need to sin to enter that door, you will not need to beg for peace, and you will not need to silence your conscience to enjoy the blessing. Sometimes God says wait, and waiting is one of the answers many believers hate because waiting can look like rejection when you do not understand it. You may be praying for a job, praying for a breakthrough, praying for a marriage, praying for help, and the door keeps delaying until you begin to wonder if you heard God at all. But sometimes God is not delaying you to punish you, He is delaying you because the place He is taking you to requires a stronger version of you. A man may be praying for a small door, but God is preparing him for a bigger seat. If God gives him the seat too early, he may enter with the right testimony but the wrong capacity. A woman may be praying for marriage, but God may be using the waiting season to heal her from fear, bitterness, and the wounds of people who used her before. So when God says wait, do not waste the waiting season complaining, use it to grow, to learn, to pray, to heal, and to prepare. And sometimes, my brothers and sisters, God says no. This is the one that breaks people the most because God's no can look painful before it looks protective. Sometimes you are crying over what God removed, not knowing that what left you was carrying danger. Sometimes you are begging God to restore what He is trying to rescue you from. You may see beauty, but God sees the trap. You may see love, but God sees the motive. You may see opportunity, but God sees destruction ahead. That is why a believer must not be moved only by appearance. Not everyone who speaks softly is sent by God. Not every open door is God's door. Not every person who enters your life with kindness has a pure intention, and not every delay means the devil is fighting you. Some delays are divine protection, some closed doors are mercy, and some disappointments are answers to prayers you did not even know how to pray. When you pray, do not only ask God to answer you, ask Him to help you recognize His answer, because if your heart is too desperate, you can call danger a blessing. If your heart is too wounded, you can reject the good thing God has brought, and if your heart is too impatient, you can walk away from preparation and lose the bigger thing God was arranging for you. There are people here today who are confused because something looks good, but your spirit is not settled. You cannot explain it, but you do not have peace. Do not ignore that lack of peace. God may be speaking to you through that heaviness, through that unrest, through that gentle warning that refuses to leave your heart. When God is leading you, He will not force you to destroy your peace just to prove your faith. There are also people here today who are tired because they have tried again and again, and the door still has not opened. You have done interviews, submitted applications, prayed, fasted, cried, and still the same door looks closed. But before you conclude that God has forgotten you, ask yourself, what is this waiting season producing in me? What is God trying to build before the door opens? And there are people here today who need courage to accept God's no. You know what you want, you have imagined it, you have planned it, you have attached your emotions to it, but deep inside, God has been warning you to slow down. Do not fight God because of what you desire today. He sees tomorrow better than you can see this morning. A true answer from God will not lead you away from holiness. A true answer from God will not make you disobey His word. A true answer from God will not make you despise wise counsel, hide from correction, or rush because someone is pressuring you. When God is in a thing, there will be light, there will be peace, there will be wisdom, and there will be protection. So I want you to remember these three things. When God says yes, receive it with faith, even if your past is making you afraid. When God says wait, prepare with patience, because delay may be God's way of enlarging your capacity for what is coming. And when God says no, trust Him with tears in your eyes if you must, because His no may be the wall standing between you and destruction. Do not measure God's love by whether He gave you exactly what you asked for. Measure His love by the fact that He always gives what is right, what is safe, and what is according to His will. Some answers will make you dance immediately. Some answers will make you grow quietly. Some answers will make you cry first and thank God later. But no matter how the answer comes, God's answer will never lead you away from peace, wisdom, holiness, or protection.
My daughter, this message today opened my eyes in a way I did not expect. When Pastor Samuel said God can answer with yes, wait, or no, I felt it deeply because many times we only accept the answer that makes us happy. Sometimes we are the ones fighting God because the answer He gives is not the one we planned in our heart.
Mummy, that is exactly why I have stopped disturbing myself over some things, especially marriage. I have prayed, cried, fasted, believed, and hoped, but I think I have finally understood my own answer from God. Maybe concerning marriage, God has already told me no, and I am only the one who refused to accept it all this while.
Why are you talking like that, Hannah? You are still young, and you are a good woman with a good heart. I know life has not been easy for you, but sometimes pain can make us interpret everything as final. What happened again, or is it still because of those men who disappointed you before?
Mummy, it is not just one man, and that is what makes it painful. When they first come, they act as if my child is not a problem. They will even buy small things for her and tell me they love children. But after some time, the same child they claim to love will become their excuse, their burden, and the reason they cannot continue.
People can be very cruel when they want to get what they want from someone. Some people know how to speak gently until they enter your life, and when they have taken enough, they begin to show their true mind. But my daughter, do not allow what bad people did to you to make you conclude that God has nothing good left for you.
Mummy, some of them were widowers, some were divorcees, and I thought they would understand life better because they also had their own story. I thought a man who had been married before or had children before would not judge me for being a single mother. But many of them only came because they saw that I was kind, working, and willing to help.
I understand you, my daughter, and I can hear the pain in your voice. It is painful when you love sincerely and people only see your sincerity as something they can use. But tell me, did they really take money from you the way people have been saying?
Mummy, yes, and that is the part that makes me feel foolish whenever I remember it. One told me his business was going down and he needed support, so I gave him money because I believed we were building a future together. Another one said his children needed school fees and he was ashamed to ask people outside, so I helped him because I thought I was helping my future family.
Oh Hannah, that is too much for one heart to carry quietly. And because you are not the type that talks everywhere, many people may not even know the depth of what you have endured. Sometimes people see a woman smiling in church and they do not know how many times she has cried before coming.
Mummy, after they collected what they could collect, they changed. One said his family would not accept a woman with a child, as if he did not know I had a child before coming close to me. Another one said he loved me but was not ready to raise another man's child, and that statement broke something inside me.
That kind of word can wound a woman deeply, especially when the child is innocent. A child is not a mistake to be used against the mother, and any man who makes you feel worthless because of your child does not truly understand love. But Hannah, I still want you to be careful with the way you are calling God's answer no.
Mummy, I know what Pastor said, but I have accepted my fate. At least now that I have accepted it, my heart is no longer running up and down whenever a man shows interest in me. I have told myself that I will serve God with my money, take care of my daughter, and stop dreaming about marriage.
It is true that when one accepts one's fate, the burden feels less. Sometimes when we stop struggling with what we cannot control, the heart becomes quieter and we can breathe again. But my daughter, accepting peace is different from burying hope because pain has made you tired.
Mummy, I am not trying to sound bitter, but I am tired of hope that later turns into shame. Every time I allow myself to believe again, something happens that reminds me that not everybody sees me as a woman to love. Some people see me as a woman to pity, some see me as someone to use, and some see my daughter as a problem attached to me.
Your daughter is not a problem, Hannah. She is a blessing, and any man who cannot see that should not be allowed near your heart. But because wrong men fail to see your worth does not mean the right man will also be blind. Sometimes the enemy uses repeated disappointment to make a person reject the very blessing God is preparing.
Mummy, that is what frightens me too, but I do not know how to trust anymore. If a man is too kind, I suspect him. If he is too calm, I wonder what he is hiding. If he says he does not mind my child, I start waiting for the day he will use the same child against me.
That is what pain does when it has stayed too long in a person's heart. It makes you protect yourself so much that even genuine love begins to look like another trap. But Hannah, do not make permanent decisions from a wounded place. Let God heal you before you decide what His final answer is.
Maybe you are right, Mummy, but for now, I do not want any man near me. I just want to work, raise my child, give in church, and serve God quietly without expecting anything from anyone. If marriage is not for me, I will not die. Many women are living without it, and maybe that is the life God wants for me.
There is nothing wrong in serving God and caring for your child. In fact, that is beautiful. But do not serve God with a heart that believes He has forgotten your own happiness. Give Him your money, give Him your time, give Him your service, but also give Him the broken place you are trying to hide.
Mummy, I am just tired of being strong every time. People see me carrying my daughter and smiling, but they do not know how many nights I ask God why my own life became like this. I love my child with everything in me, but sometimes I hate how people use motherhood to make me feel like I should beg to be loved.
You should never beg to be loved, my daughter. A man who is sent by God will not make you feel like he is doing you a favor by accepting you and your child. He will value you with wisdom, respect your journey, and bring peace instead of confusion.
Mummy, men like that still exist. Because from what I have seen, many people talk well in church, but when real life begins, their true character comes out. I do not want another person to enter my child's life and leave her confused again.
They still exist, but you must not rush, and you must not let loneliness choose for you. If God says yes, He will give you peace. If He says wait, He will give you grace. If He says no, He will give you protection. Just do not call fear wisdom and do not call disappointment the voice of God too quickly.
That last one touched me, Mummy, because maybe I have been calling my fear wisdom. Maybe I have been saying God said no because it is easier than admitting that I am afraid to believe again. But I honestly do not know how to open my heart without feeling like I am putting myself and my daughter in danger.
You do not need to open your heart carelessly, Hannah. You only need to keep your heart in God's hands and allow Him to guide you one step at a time. When the right thing comes, you will not have to force peace, and when the wrong thing comes, God will not leave you without warning.
For now, I will just keep praying for healing, not marriage. If God wants to answer me with yes one day, He will have to help me recognize it because I do not trust my own judgment anymore. I have mistaken users for lovers before, and I do not want to make that mistake again.
That is a wise prayer, my daughter. Sometimes the first answer we need is not the thing we are asking for, but the healing that helps us receive it properly. Let God heal your heart first, and do not close the door so tightly that even His blessing cannot enter.
Thank you, Mummy. I do not know why I said all this today, but maybe the message opened something in me that I have been pretending was no longer painful. I will pray, not because I am desperate for marriage, but because I want God to help me understand His answer correctly.
That is enough for today, my daughter. Do not put pressure on yourself, and do not allow people to rush you into what your spirit has not accepted. God is patient with wounded hearts, and He knows how to speak in a way His children can understand.
Amen, Mummy. I just want peace, that is all I want now. If God gives me peace, maybe one day I will be brave enough to believe again.
Young man, please wait. You do not know me, and I do not know you physically, but the Spirit of God has been troubling my heart since you came out. I was passing by when the Lord placed a word in my spirit concerning you, and I cannot leave without delivering it. Do not be afraid, I am not here to collect anything from you, only to say what God has given me. Sir, good afternoon. I just came out from an interview, and my mind is already full. I do not know how you knew I needed a word, but if God truly sent you, I am listening. I have been asking God for direction, especially concerning this company. You have been praying for a change, and God has heard you. The Lord said I should tell you that your lifting is connected to this company, but it will not happen exactly the way you are expecting. Do not allow delay to make you doubt what God has spoken. Sir, nobody knows how much I prayed before coming here today. This morning, I told God to remove this desire from my heart if this company is not for me, so hearing this now is touching me deeply. Then listen carefully, so you will not misunderstand the process. The first door you knock may not be the door that will open, and the first seat you desire may not be the seat God has prepared for you. But do not walk away in anger, and do not waste the waiting season. Sir, are you saying I will get this job, or that I should keep applying even if they reject me? I do not want to deceive myself with hope, because hope can be painful when someone is already tired. Please explain it the way God gave it to you. I am saying God will lift you through this company, but the lifting must meet you prepared. If they delay, grow. If they reject you, learn. If they call you again, return wiser than before. The waiting season is not empty, God will use it to sharpen you. Sir, I receive it. I do not know why God chose to encourage me like this today. I came out of that interview afraid, but now strength is coming back into my heart. By God's grace, I will not treat this word like ordinary encouragement. One more thing, Henry. Do not worship the prophecy more than the God who gave it. A prophecy is not an excuse to become lazy or entitled. It is a call to prepare. If God says he will lift you, then prepare like a man who believes him. Thank you, sir. I needed this more than you know. I will keep this word and keep praying for God to help me understand his timing. May God bless you for obeying him. Go in peace, Henry. The God who sent the word will bring it to pass in his own way. But remember, when God says wait, it is not because he is weak. It is because he is preparing you for something your present capacity may not yet carry. Martha, I do not understand this anymore. That man spoke like someone truly sent by God, and his words entered my spirit. Since then, I have applied several times, attended interviews, prepared well, and still they keep rejecting me. Maybe the prophecy was false, and I only believed it because I was desperate for good news.
Henry, I understand why you feel tired. Rejection is painful, especially when you are holding on to a word from God. But before you conclude that the prophecy was false, remember what he said about not wasting the waiting season. Maybe the issue is not that God has forgotten you, but that he is preparing you.
But how long will a man wait? Every time, they thank me for my time and say they chose another candidate. At this point, I feel as if this company is only using me to practice interviews. I am tired of hoping and returning home disappointed.
I know it hurts, but disappointment does not always mean denial. Every interview has shown you something about their standard, their questions, and the kind of person they want. If God truly wants you there, then this waiting season must produce growth in you.
So what should I do? Should I keep applying like someone who has no sense? People will laugh if they know how long I have been chasing this same company. Even I am beginning to feel ashamed of myself.
I am not telling you to chase blindly, and I am not encouraging laziness in the name of faith. Faith does not mean holding a prophecy and refusing to improve yourself. Faith means preparing because you believe God is taking you somewhere.
But Martha, I prepared for every interview. I studied the company and answered the questions the best way I could. That is why the pain is deep, because it is not as if I went there carelessly. I tried, yet the result remained the same.
Preparing for an interview is good, but preparing for a higher level is different. Maybe you have been preparing only for the small role you applied for, while God is preparing you for something bigger. Take professional courses, update your skills, and build capacity beyond the position you are chasing.
A bigger role. I am not even getting the smaller one. How can I start thinking of a higher position when the basic door has refused to open? Sometimes I feel you are only encouraging me because you are my wife.
Yes, I am your wife, but I will not deceive you. If you were being lazy, I would tell you, because prophecy must not cover poor preparation. What I see is not laziness, I see discouragement, and discouragement must not waste your future.
The man said the first door I knock may not be the door that will open. He also said the first seat I desire may not be the seat God has prepared. Maybe I focused too much on getting in, and not enough on becoming ready.
Exactly, Henry. Waiting does not mean sleeping, complaining, and checking emails with fear. Waiting means building yourself until the door opens and you are not too small for it. Use this season to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared.
I am tired, but I hear you. Each rejection removes strength from me. Still, I cannot throw away that prophecy completely, and that is what confuses me. Maybe there is something about it that my spirit still believes.
Maybe you cannot throw it away because it was truly from God. But God may be asking you to grow into it instead of just waiting for it. Your part now is to ask what you must become before the appointed door opens.
So you think I should take those professional courses I have been postponing? There is a leadership certification I ignored because I thought it was not necessary for the position I wanted. Maybe I have been thinking too small.
Take the course if it will build you. Update your CV and ask someone to review your interview approach. Prayer is powerful, but wisdom must walk with prayer if you want to recognize what God is doing. Do not keep applying with the same approach and expecting a different result.
All right, Martha. I will not delete the prophecy from my heart yet. I will not sit down waiting like someone who has no responsibility either. If God is saying wait, then I will use the waiting season to prepare.
That is all I am asking. Do not give up, but do not remain the same. Let each rejection push you into growth, not bitterness. One day, if that word was truly from God, you will understand why he did not open the door immediately.
Kelvin, you have enjoyed the favor of the gods for many years, but wealth that comes from this altar must continue to be serviced. You came here asking for more power, more money, and more protection, but what you are asking for now is not small. The gods have spoken, and the next sacrifice required for this level is your wife.
My wife? How can the gods demand my wife after everything I have already done? She is the mother of my 3 children, and she has been with me for years. And even if I agree, how can she be used when she is no longer a virgin?
That is the reason I said you must listen before you start talking. The gods did not ask for the woman already living in your house. They asked for a wife who is still untouched. You must find a virgin, marry her properly, and after the wedding, she will become the sacrifice that opens the next door of wealth.
This matter is not easy at all. Where do you expect me to find a virgin in this generation? Girls are wiser now, and many of them are not what they claim to be. Even the ones who dress quietly may be hiding more than the ones who dress openly.
That is your problem to solve, Kelvin. You asked for the next level, and the gods have given their condition. If you cannot do it, then be ready to lose what you already have. Because the altar does not give without demanding. You cannot enjoy the benefits and reject the price when it is time to pay.
Do not speak like that. I cannot lose everything now, not after all the years I have spent building my name. People respect me, my business is growing, and I am already close to some important contracts. If everything collapses now, I will become a laughingstock before the same people who envy me.
Then stop shaking like a child and start thinking like a man who knows what he wants. A woman who is careless may not qualify, but there are still places where you can find innocent girls. Look for a devoted one, a quiet one, someone who believes easily and respects marriage.
A devoted one, a quiet one, someone who respects marriage. That sounds like the kind of girls in church, especially the ones who are always acting holy and serious with God. Some of them may still be virgins because of their faith and the way they were raised.
Now you are beginning to think properly. Go where purity is still preached, and watch carefully before you choose. Do not rush like a foolish man, pretend to be serious, pretend to be humble, and let them believe you are ready for marriage.
Church people can be difficult too. They pray too much, and they ask questions when something does not sit well with them. Some of them also have pastors who interfere in relationships before marriage. If I enter that kind of place, I must behave carefully so nobody suspects anything.
Then behave carefully, smile when you need to smile, give when you need to give, and speak like a man who fears God. People believe what they want to believe when they are desperate for marriage. Once the girl trusts you, her family and church will also begin to relax.
There is one church not far from my office. I have seen some of their members before, and they look disciplined. If I start attending there, nobody will question me too much at first. I only need to find the right girl, win her trust, and move the relationship quickly.
That is what you must do. But remember, Kelvin, do not bring a woman who does not meet the demand. The gods asked for a virgin bride, not just any woman wearing church clothes. Choose well, move wisely, and do not return here with excuses.
I hear you. I do not like this, but I cannot afford to lose everything I have gained. If the church is where I can find what the gods demand, then that is where I will go. Let them think I came to seek God, only I will know why I truly entered their midst.
Go then, and do not allow fear to weaken you. The path of power is not for men with soft hearts. When the bride is found, the next door of wealth will open.
Then I will start immediately. I will enter the church like a changed man, speak like a humble man, and watch them one by one. Before they understand my mission, I will already have chosen the one I need.
Sister Hannah, good afternoon. Please forgive me if I am coming at the wrong time, but I have been looking for a respectful way to speak with you. I do not want to make you uncomfortable, and I do not want you to feel pressured in any way. I only want to say something from my heart, and after that, you are free to decide whether you want to respond or not.
Good afternoon, Brother Daniel. I hope everything is fine because the way you are sounding already makes me nervous. If it is church work or something concerning the women's department, you can say it quickly, but if it is anything personal, please understand that I am not really in the mood for such discussions.
I understand, and that is why I am speaking carefully. It is personal, but I am not here to play with your emotions. For some time now, I have been praying about you, and I believe I should not keep it in my heart without speaking. Sister Hannah, I would like to know you better, not casually, not secretly, but with marriage in mind if God gives us peace.
Brother Daniel, please do not go there. I respect you, and I do not want to sound rude, but I am not ready for this kind of conversation. You know I have a child, and I do not want anybody to come close to me only to later remember that my child exists. I have heard sweet words before, and those words later became pain, so please do not start what you are not ready to carry.
I know you have a child, Hannah, and I am not saying this because I forgot that part of your life. Your child does not reduce your value, and she does not make you less worthy of love, respect, or a peaceful home. I am not looking for a woman with a perfect past. I am looking for a woman with a sincere heart, and that is what I have seen in you.
That is how they all talk in the beginning. They will say the child is not a problem, they will say they understand, and they will act kind for some time. But when emotions enter deeply, the same child becomes their excuse, their complaint, and the burden they suddenly cannot accept. Brother Daniel, I am tired of people using gentle words to enter my life and leaving me more broken than they met me.
I am sorry for what you have been through, and I will not pretend that my words can erase the pain other people caused you. But I am not those men, and I am not asking you to trust me immediately or believe everything today. All I am asking is that you take it to God, because if this is not from Him, I do not want it either.
Brother Daniel, please let me be honest with you. I have stopped praying about marriage the way I used to pray before. I have accepted that maybe God's answer for me in that area is no, and I am trying to make peace with that. I just want to serve God, raise my daughter, and protect the little piece I still have left.
I hear you, and I respect what you are saying. But sometimes pain can make us call fear the voice of God. I am not saying God has not spoken to you, but I am asking you not to decide from a wounded heart alone. Please pray again, not because I am forcing you, but because you deserve to know whether this fear is protection or pain speaking.
You make it sound simple, but it is not simple for me. When you have opened your heart before and people used it against you, you learn to close it. I am not only protecting myself, I am protecting my daughter too, because she does not deserve to see people enter and leave her life anyhow. So please, Brother Daniel, do not make me feel guilty for being careful.
I would never make you feel guilty for being careful. In fact, I respect you more because you are thinking about your daughter and not only yourself. A good mother should protect her child, and a wise woman should not open her heart carelessly after what she has suffered. That is why I am not asking you for an answer today. I am only asking you to pray and watch my character with time.
I do not know, Brother Daniel. I do not want to give you hope, and I do not want you to think I am being difficult on purpose. You may be sincere, but I am not in a place where I can believe easily anymore. So the best thing is for you to leave me alone before this becomes something that will hurt both of us.
If that is what you want for now, I will respect it. I did not come to disturb your peace, and I will not pressure you. I only wanted to speak with honesty, because silence can sometimes look like wisdom when it is actually fear. Please take your time, pray about it, and if God gives you no peace, I will accept that without bitterness.
Thank you for understanding. I hope you truly mean that, because I cannot handle pressure from anyone right now. I need space, and I need God to heal parts of me that people do not even know are still wounded. If I pray and God says anything, I will know, but for now, please let things remain normal.
Things will remain normal, Hannah. I will not behave strangely around you, and I will not make you uncomfortable in church. I will keep respecting you the way I have always respected you, and I will keep praying that God leads both of us clearly. Whether His answer is yes, wait, or no, I want His will more than my desire.
That is the first thing you have said that gives me a little peace. Most men only want their own answer, and they become angry when a woman asks for time. I am still not promising you anything, but I will pray, and I will ask God to help me understand what is true.
That is enough for me. Thank you for not dismissing me completely, even though I know this conversation was not easy for you. I pray that God gives you peace, not confusion, and healing, not fear. And please know this, your child is not a disadvantage to me, she is part of the life I am asking God to help me honor properly.
Brother Daniel, please do not say things like that if you do not mean them deeply. Words like that can touch a place in a woman's heart that she has tried very hard to protect. I will pray, but please give me time and do not expect me to suddenly believe everything today.
I mean it, but I understand why you need time. I will not rush you, I will not manipulate you, and I will not use your pain to win your trust quickly. Pray about it, Hannah, and let God speak louder than both your fear and my desire.
All right, Brother Daniel, I will pray. But for now, I need to go home with my daughter and clear my head. Thank you for speaking respectfully and for not forcing me to answer immediately.
Thank you for listening. May God guide you and give you rest in your heart. Please greet your daughter for me, and do not worry, I will give you the space you asked for. Whatever God wants, let Him make it clear in His own way.
Mr. Henry, we have gone through your CV again, and I must say there is clear improvement from the last time you came. Your answers today were more direct, and you showed better understanding of what this role requires. Before we continue, tell us briefly why you still want to work with this company after previous attempts.
Thank you very much, Ma. I still want to work here because I believe this company has the structure, vision, and standard that match where I want to grow professionally. I have not allowed the previous outcomes to discourage me completely. Instead, I studied the gaps and tried to improve myself. For me, coming back is not desperation, it is because I believe I can contribute meaningfully if given the opportunity.
That is a good answer, Mr. Henry. Many candidates do not return better after rejection. They return bitter or unprepared. We can see that you worked on your communication, and your explanation of the role today was stronger. However, this position requires someone who has already handled a larger team in a similar environment.
I understand, sir, and I know experience is important. Even though I have not handled a very large team officially, I have coordinated projects, supported team decisions, and managed people under pressure. I believe with the right environment, I can grow quickly and deliver beyond expectation.
We appreciate that, and honestly, your attitude is commendable, but after comparing all candidates, we have decided to move forward with someone who has more direct experience for this particular role. Please do not take it as a sign that you are not good. It only means this position may not be the right fit at this moment.
Thank you for being honest with me. I will not pretend that I am not disappointed, because I truly prepared and hoped this would be different. But I appreciate the feedback, and I will take it seriously instead of allowing it to waste me.
That is the right spirit. Keep building yourself, Mr. Henry. Sometimes a person may not be selected for one role because his profile is still developing for something better. Do not stop improving, and do not stop watching for future openings that may fit your growth better.
Thank you, sir. I will keep that in mind. I am grateful for the opportunity to come again and for the honest feedback. I hope one day I will return more prepared and meet the right opportunity at the right time. Martha, I am done. I cannot continue embarrassing myself because of one prophecy from a stranger. This is another rejection from the same company, after all the preparation, all the prayers, and all the hope I carried into that room. At this point, I feel like I am forcing a door that God Himself may not even be opening.
Henry, I know you are tired, and I will not tell you to pretend that it does not hurt. But before you throw everything away, ask yourself one honest question: did you perform better today than before? If the answer is yes, then this rejection did not leave you empty, it showed that something in you is growing.
What is the use of growing if the result is still rejection? They said I improved, they said my answers were better, and still they chose someone with more experience. How many times will I come home with polite rejection before I accept that maybe the prophecy was not from God?
Waiting does not mean doing nothing, Henry, and rejection does not always mean God has said no. Sometimes God allows one closed door to expose the exact thing you need to build before the real door opens. Today, they did not say you were useless, they said you need stronger experience and higher capacity.
But Martha, I have been trying. I prepared better this time, I studied the role, and I even answered with more confidence. For a moment inside that room, I thought this was finally the day the prophecy would come to pass. Then they said they had found someone with more experience, and my heart just dropped.
And now you know clearly what to work on. That is not a small thing. The first time, maybe your answers were weak. Another time, maybe your CV was not strong enough. Now, they are pointing to experience and leadership capacity. Can you see that each failed interview has exposed one thing you needed to improve?
I never thought of it like that. I only counted the rejection emails, but I did not count the lessons each one forced me to learn. Maybe I have been angry at the process because I wanted the door to open before I understood what the process was teaching me.
That is what I am trying to say. Maybe God is not rejecting you. Maybe He is preparing you. If the prophecy is truly from God, then it will not fail, but you must not remain the same man who first received it. Use this waiting season to build what the next opportunity will require from you.
The interviewer said something that touched me, even though I did not want to show it. He said sometimes a person may not be selected for one role because his profile is still developing for something better. When he said it, I remembered what that man of God told me months ago, that the first seat I desire may not be the seat God prepared.
Exactly, Henry. That word is beginning to make sense little by little. Maybe you have been knocking on the door of a smaller position, while God is using the process to prepare you for something higher. But if you give up now, bitterness may make you abandon the same preparation you will need later.
I am still tired, Martha, but I cannot deny that I am better than I was months ago. Every rejection pushed me to improve my CV, answer better, dress better, research better, and speak with more confidence. Maybe the pain is real, but maybe it has not been useless.
That is all I want you to understand. Do not let the pain make you blind to the growth. If God says wait, then wait with wisdom, not with shame. Wait with preparation, not with complaints. The door may not have opened today, but you are no longer the same man who first stood before that company.
All right, I will not rush to apply again immediately out of frustration. I will take the feedback seriously, look for ways to build leadership experience, and improve myself more before the next opening. Maybe God is not saying no, maybe He is saying, not yet, Henry, become ready first.
That is the right way to see it. Rest tonight, but do not bury your hope. Tomorrow, we will look at the feedback together and decide what step you can take next. If God truly spoke, then even this rejection will later become part of the testimony.
Thank you, Martha. I came home feeling ashamed, but now I can see that shame will not help me. I will let this rejection teach me, not destroy me, because I cannot afford to waste the waiting season. Maybe one day, I will thank God that He did not allow me to enter before I was ready.
Sister Roseline, good afternoon. I hope I am not disturbing you. I have been seeing you in church for some days now since I joined, and I must say you carry yourself with so much dignity. You do not talk too much, you serve quietly, and there is something different about the way you respect the things of God.
Good afternoon, Brother Kelvin. Thank you for your kind words, but I am only trying my best by the grace of God. In church, we are all growing, and nobody should think he or she has arrived spiritually. I just believe that if someone says they belong to God, their character should also show it little by little.
That is true, and honestly, that is one of the things I admire about this church. People here still seem to take holiness seriously, unlike many places where everything has become ordinary. But sometimes I wonder if some of these things are still real, or if people only talk about them because they are in church.
What do you mean by that, Brother Kelvin? If you are talking about people pretending, yes, it can happen anywhere, but that does not mean everybody is pretending. There are still sincere people in church who truly fear God and are trying to live right.
I agree with you, but let us be honest, this generation is very different. Many people say they are holy, but when you look deeper, you will discover that their private life does not match their church life. Even some sisters in church today cannot boldly say they kept themselves pure before God.
Brother Kelvin, I do not think it is right to conclude like that about everyone. Yes, some people may have made mistakes, but there are still decent ladies in church who fear God and keep themselves. A person's faith may not be perfect, but there are still people who sincerely honor God with their bodies and their choices.
You sound very sure, Sister Roseline. Most people would have just laughed and agreed with me, but you defended it like someone who knows what she is saying. Are you saying you truly believe there are still ladies who are untouched and committed to keeping themselves until marriage?
Yes, I believe it because it is true. Not everybody follows the crowd, and not every lady has thrown away her values because of pressure or modern life. By the grace of God, I am one of those who still believe that purity is important before marriage.
That is rare, Sister Roseline, very rare. I do not know if you understand how special that kind of commitment is in this present world. A woman who still fears God like that is not common, and any serious man should value such a woman deeply.
I do not say it to make myself look better than anyone. It is only by God's grace, because temptation is everywhere and nobody can stand by their own strength. I just believe that if I have waited this long, I should not waste it on someone who does not honor God.
That is wisdom, and I respect it. To be honest, I have been praying for a woman who is not just beautiful outside, but also disciplined inside. Many people look attractive, but their heart is careless, and that is why I admire your seriousness with God.
Thank you, Brother Kelvin. I appreciate your words, but I also believe people should take time to know each other properly before saying too much. Sometimes someone can look good from far, but only time and prayer will show what is truly inside.
You are very right, and I like the fact that you think that way. I am not a man who likes careless relationships, and I do not believe in wasting a woman's time. If I ever come close to someone, it must be with a serious mind and with marriage as the goal.
That is good to hear, because many people play with emotions these days. They speak serious words, but their actions do not carry the same seriousness. For me, if God is not involved, I do not want to force anything by emotion alone.
That is why I said you are different. You speak with wisdom, you carry yourself with respect, and you do not sound desperate like many people. I believe a woman like you deserves a man who will honor her faith, her purity, and her future.
Brother Kelvin, thank you. I will not lie, your words are encouraging. Sometimes people make it look as if keeping oneself is foolish, so hearing someone speak with respect about it feels good. I only pray that God will continue to guide all of us so we do not miss His will.
Amen. That is also my prayer, Sister Roseline. I would like us to keep speaking from time to time, if you do not mind, because I enjoy your wisdom and your sincerity. There is peace around people who are serious with God, and I believe knowing you more will be a blessing.
I do not mind greeting and speaking as brethren in church, but like I said, everything should be done with wisdom and prayer, so nobody misunderstands anything. I believe when something is from God, it will not need pressure, secrecy, or confusion.
That is perfectly fine with me. I respect your boundaries, and I like that you are careful because it shows you are not a careless woman. Let us allow God to lead, and whatever He wants to do, He will make it clear in time.
Amen. Thank you, Brother Kelvin. I need to join the women's group before they leave, but we can greet another time after service. May God bless you and continue to help you settle well in the church.
Amen, Sister Roseline. Thank you for your kindness. Please go ahead, I do not want to delay you from your service. I am grateful for this short conversation, and I hope we will speak again soon.
Lord, I have come again because my heart is confused, and I do not want to pretend before you. Brother Daniel has spoken to me about marriage, and since that day, I have been trying to avoid thinking about it. But the more I try to push it away, the more I feel I should bring it before you properly. Father, you know why I am afraid. You know the men who came before him, how they spoke gently at first and later used my kindness against me. You know how they made me feel like having a child made me less valuable and harder to love. Lord, Daniel is not behaving like them, and that is what makes me even more afraid. He has not asked me for money, he has not pressured me, and he has not made me feel ashamed of my child. Instead of feeling happy, I keep asking myself if this is real or if I am about to be deceived again. Please, Lord, do not let my past choose for me. Do not let fear speak louder than your spirit, and do not let pain make me reject what you may be sending. But also, Father, do not let loneliness make me accept what is not from you. If Brother Daniel is not your will for my life, remove him before my heart becomes involved. Show me early, clearly, and mercifully, so I will not enter another relationship that will break me again. Protect me, protect my daughter, and do not allow sweet words to blind me from the truth. But Lord, if Daniel is truly from you, help me to recognize it without fear. Give me peace that is deeper than excitement, wisdom that is stronger than emotion, and patience that will allow his character to speak with time. I do not want to rush, but I also do not want to run away from your answer. Father, I have been telling myself that maybe your answer concerning marriage is no, but now I am asking you sincerely, was that really your answer, or was it only my wounded heart trying to protect itself? Please do not let me call fear wisdom, and please do not let me mistake protection for bitterness. When I pray about him, I do not feel the heaviness I felt before with others. There is still fear in me, but beneath the fear, there is a quiet peace I cannot explain. Lord, if that peace is from you, help me not to ignore it. I surrender Daniel to you. I surrender my past to you. I surrender my daughter's future to you. Do not let me force anything, and do not let me reject anything you are giving me. Lead me slowly, clearly, and peacefully, until I can understand what you are saying. If your answer is yes, help me receive it with a healed heart. If your answer is wait, help me be patient and watch carefully. And if your answer is no, give me the courage to obey without fighting you.
Roseline, you said you wanted to discuss something important with me. Take your time and speak freely. This is not a place where you need to hide your heart. If it concerns your life, your future, or your peace, then it is important enough to be prayed about carefully.
Thank you, sir. Pastor, it is about Brother Kelvin, the man who recently joined the church. He has been speaking with me for some time now, and he seems very serious, very generous, and respectful. He has started talking about marriage, and honestly, sir, I am beginning to feel he may be God's answer to my prayer.
Brother Kelvin, I have noticed him in church, but I do not know him deeply yet. Tell me more, Roseline, not only about what he says, but how your spirit feels around him. Sometimes a person can speak well, give well, and behave well outside, but the heart still needs to be tested with prayer and time.
Pastor, that is why I came to you, sir. He speaks with maturity, and he makes me feel valued. He told me he admires my seriousness with God, my purity, and the way I carry myself in church. He also said he does not believe in wasting a woman's time, so if he comes close to someone, it must be with marriage in mind.
Those are good words, Roseline, but good words alone are not enough for marriage. Marriage is not built on how someone sounds in the beginning, it is built on character, truth, patience, and the fear of God. Has he given you enough time to pray, or is he already trying to move everything very fast?
He sounds very serious, sir, and yes, he talks like someone who does not want delay. He said when a man knows what he wants, he should not waste time, and part of me felt happy hearing that, but another part of me said I should still come and seek counsel before allowing my emotions to carry me too far.
You did well by coming. Many people only come for counsel after they have already made up their mind. They do not really want direction, they only want the pastor to bless what their emotions have already chosen. But when a child of God truly wants God's will, that person must be ready to hear yes, wait, or no.
That is what frightens me, sir, because I really want to get it right. I have prayed for a godly marriage, and I do not want to miss someone serious because I am being too slow. At the same time, I do not want to enter something that only looks good outside but is not approved by God.
Good. Let us pray before I say anything further. We are not praying for God to support our desires, we are praying for God to reveal his mind. Close your eyes, Roseline, and let your heart be open before God. Father, in the name of Jesus, we bring Roseline's heart and future before you. If this relationship is from you, give peace, light, and confirmation. But if it is not from you, expose it early and protect your daughter. Let emotion not blind her, let pressure not rush her, and let your will be stronger than every human desire, in Jesus' name.
Amen. Lord, please help me too, because I do not want to make a mistake. If this is you, show me, and if it is not you, give me strength to obey.
Roseline, I will speak to you as your pastor and as a father in the Lord. As we prayed, I did not have peace in my spirit concerning this relationship. I cannot explain everything now, and I will not accuse the man of what I do not know, but my spirit is not settled.
Pastor, you do not have peace. But sir, Kelvin looks like a good man. He is respectful, he gives in church, he speaks calmly, and he has never behaved carelessly around me. I thought maybe this was the answer I had been waiting for, especially because he is already talking about marriage.
Roseline, sometimes God's no does not make sense at the beginning, but when God says no, he may be seeing what you cannot see. You may be seeing seriousness, but God may be seeing danger. You may be seeing marriage, but God may be seeing a trap.
Sir, this is painful to hear because I had already started feeling happy in my heart. I was even thanking God quietly because I thought he had finally remembered me. Now I feel confused because nothing about Kelvin looks dangerous from outside.
I understand, my daughter, and I am not asking you to hate him or accuse him. I am only asking you to slow down, pray more, and do not fix any wedding date yet. If something is truly from God, patience will not destroy it, patience will only prove it.
Pastor, what if he becomes angry and thinks I am not serious? What if delaying makes him leave, and later I realize I lost someone good because I listened to fear? I do not want to be careless, sir, but I also do not want to lose my chance.
Man sent by God will not pressure you to disobey peace. If he is truly sincere, he will respect your need to pray and seek clarity before marriage. But if he becomes angry because you want God's will, then his anger itself will reveal something you needed to see.
That makes sense, sir. I may not like what I am hearing, but I know you are not speaking to hurt me. I will slow down, pray more, and I will not allow any wedding date to be fixed for now.
That is wisdom, Roseline. Do not be moved by speed, gifts, or sweet words alone. Watch his character when you do not give him what he wants quickly, because delay has a way of revealing hidden motives. And remember, God's answer will never lead you away from peace, wisdom, holiness, or protection.
Thank you, sir. I am disappointed, but I will obey. Please keep praying for me, because I do not want my emotions to fight what God may be saying. If this is God's no, I pray he gives me the strength to accept it before it becomes too late.
I will pray for you. Go in peace, and do not be afraid of losing what God is protecting you from. Anything God removes from your hand, he is able to replace with something that will not destroy your life.
Roseline, I have been patient because I respect you, but I need to understand what is really going on. We have been talking for some time now, and I have made my intention clear from the beginning. If marriage is the goal, I do not see why everything must keep moving slowly like we are not sure of what we want.
Brother Kelvin, I understand what you are saying, and I respect the fact that you have been open about your intention. but marriage is not something I want to enter because of excitement or pressure. I need more time to pray, seek counsel, and be sure that God is giving me peace.
But how much time do you still need, Rosaline? A serious man is standing before you, speaking plainly, and already making plans for the future. Delay destroys relationships, and sometimes people lose good things because they keep listening to too many voices.
I am not trying to delay you unnecessarily. I only believe that when something is truly from God, prayer and counsel should not destroy it. If this relationship is right, then taking time to seek God should make it stronger, not weaker.
That sounds spiritual, but sometimes too much counsel becomes confusion. You are a grown woman, Rosaline, and you should be able to decide what you want without allowing outsiders to control your life. If you truly love me and believe I am serious, why are you still allowing other people to stand between us?
Brother Kelvin, please do not call my pastor and spiritual counsel outsiders. I went to seek guidance because I do not want to make a mistake with my life. Marriage is too important for me to depend only on emotions, no matter how good everything may look.
So this is about your pastor. I knew it. Since you went to him, your attitude changed, and now you are suddenly talking about more time and more prayer. Rosaline, do not allow your pastor to ruin your future in the name of being careful.
Brother Kelvin, why are you speaking like this? Pastor Samuel has not ruined anything. He only advised me to slow down and pray more before fixing any date. If your intention is sincere, I do not understand why that should make you this angry.
Because I do not like people interfering in what should be between two adults. Today it is, pray more, tomorrow it will be, wait again, and before you know it, one old man will make you lose a man who genuinely wants you. I am not a boy that should be kept waiting like I have nothing else to do with my life.
I never said you are a boy, and I have never treated you with disrespect. I only asked for time because I want peace, and I want God to guide me properly. Your anger is making me uncomfortable because I have never seen this side of you before.
Maybe you are seeing it because you are pushing me too far. A man can only remain calm for so long when the woman he loves keeps acting like he is dangerous. I have shown you seriousness, respect, and commitment, yet you still make me feel like I am under investigation.
Asking for prayer is not accusing you of being dangerous. Seeking counsel is not disrespecting you, and waiting before fixing a wedding date is not a crime. If I cannot ask God for direction before marriage, then what kind of foundation are we building?
Then ask God quickly, because I will not remain in uncertainty forever. I need a woman who knows what she wants, not someone who will run to her pastor before making every decision. If you keep delaying, do not blame me if I decide to move on with my life.
If you move on because I asked for time to pray, then maybe that itself will answer some of my questions. I am not trying to hold you by force, and I will not enter marriage because I am afraid of losing you. I respect you, Brother Kelvin, but I must respect God's peace more.
Peace, peace, peace. That is what people say when they want to hide their fear. You had peace before you spoke to your pastor, but now everything has changed. Think carefully, Rosaline, because not every opportunity waits for a woman who keeps doubting.
I will think carefully, and I will pray carefully too. But tonight, I do not feel peaceful with the way you have spoken to me. I need to go home now, because my heart is troubled.
Go home then, but remember what I said. Do not allow people to use spirituality to make you lose what could have been your future. I will not keep waiting forever while you allow fear and counsel to decide for you.
Good night, Brother Kelvin. I still respect you, but I need to understand what God is showing me through this. If this relationship is truly from Him, He will not lead us with anger, pressure, or confusion.
Rosaline, since morning your face has not been bright. Is it still because of Brother Kelvin, or has something else happened again? You know you can talk to me, unless you have now started hiding things from your friend.
It is still about Kelvin. I spoke with Pastor Samuel, and he advised me not to rush anything. He said I should slow down, pray more, and not agree to any wedding date yet. Since then, my heart has been heavy because Kelvin is already becoming impatient with me.
Rosaline, you and this you're too much spirituality. A serious man is talking about marriage, and instead of you to thank God, you are carrying the matter from prayer to counsel, from counsel back to prayer. Good men are not everywhere, my sister. If you keep delaying, another woman will gladly accept what you are treating like a burden.
Nellie, I know good men are scarce, and that is why I do not want to make a mistake. Kelvin looks good, he speaks well, and he seems serious, but I still do not have full peace in my heart.
Marriage is not like buying clothes that you can return when it does not fit.
Peace, peace, peace. You people always talk about peace as if marriage is heaven on earth. Even people who marry with full excitement still face challenges, so what exactly are you waiting to feel? Sometimes peace will come after marriage when you have settled down and stopped overthinking everything.
I do not agree with that, Nelly. If I am already troubled before entering, how can I expect marriage to suddenly remove the trouble? I believe God can warn someone through lack of peace, especially when the person is about to make a life decision.
Or maybe fear is pretending to be lack of peace. Maybe you are only afraid because Kelvin is moving fast and you are not used to a man being that serious. Roseline, some women are praying for what you have now, but you are busy analyzing it until the blessing becomes tired.
I am not trying to frustrate him, and I am not trying to act difficult. I just do not like the way he reacted when I told him Pastor advised me to slow down. His face changed, his voice became cold, and for the first time, I felt afraid of him.
Any man can be angry when he feels a woman is allowing other people to control her. Maybe he only reacted that way because he loves you and does not want to lose you. If you keep mentioning Pastor every time, he may feel insulted, as if he is not man enough for you to trust him.
But if he truly loves me, should he not respect my need to pray? Pastor did not tell me to insult him or reject him, he only told me to wait before fixing a date. Why should waiting make him that angry if his intention is clean?
Because nobody wants to be treated like a suspect. You are making the man feel as if he is on trial for a crime he has not committed. If you continue like this, you may lose him, and when he marries someone else, you will start crying that God did not answer you.
Maybe, but I still feel I should not rush. Even if I lose him, I would rather lose a man than lose my peace completely. Something inside me is telling me to be careful, and I cannot ignore it just because I am afraid of being single.
Roseline does not even know what she has. Kelvin is handsome, generous, and serious about marriage, yet she is wasting time because of Pastor's warning. If a man like that looked in my direction, I would not allow unnecessary delay to push him away. Some people are lucky and still do not know how to hold their blessing.
Nelly, why are you suddenly quiet? I hope you are not angry with me because I do not fully agree with what you are saying. I only wanted to open up to you because you are my friend.
I am not angry. I am only thinking about how you are handling this matter. Roseline, I care about you, and I do not want you to lose a good man because of fear. At least give him hope, make him feel wanted, and stop making everything look like a spiritual court case.
I appreciate your concern, but I cannot give him hope when my heart is not settled. If I promise him what I am not sure of, I will be deceiving both him and myself. For now, I will continue to pray and watch his character, especially when he does not get what he wants immediately.
Watch his character, pray again, seek counsel again, wait again. My sister, by the time you finish all this your process, Kelvin may have moved on with a woman who knows what she wants. Do not say I did not warn you when that happens.
If he moves on because I asked for time to pray, then maybe he was never meant to stay. I may be hurt, but I believe God will not allow me to lose what is truly mine because I chose wisdom. I just pray I have the strength to obey whatever God is showing me.
If she continues delaying him, then she should not blame anybody if he chooses someone else. Maybe Kelvin needs a woman who will appreciate his seriousness, not someone who keeps running to Pastor. Roseline may call it prayer, but to me, it looks like she is wasting an opportunity.
I know you think I am being too spiritual, but this is my life and my future. I cannot enter marriage just to prove that I am serious or to avoid losing a man. If God is saying no, I must not force yes because everyone thinks Kelvin looks good.
Do what you want, Roseline. I have said my own. But just remember that good men do not wait forever, and another woman may not need all this time you are asking for. I only hope you will not regret this delay later.
I hope so too, but I would rather regret being careful than regret ignoring God's warning. Let me keep praying. If Kelvin is truly God's answer, peace will come without pressure.
Hannah, thank you for agreeing to speak with me today. I know this journey has not been easy for you, and I know trusting again is not something a person does overnight. That is why I am grateful that you gave this matter time, prayer, and honesty instead of answering from fear or pressure.
Brother Daniel, I also want to thank you for being patient with me. You did not rush me, you did not make me feel guilty, and you did not behave as if my fear was an insult to you. That alone made me start seeing that maybe not every man comes with a hidden motive.
Hannah, I did not come into your life to rescue you like you were damaged. I do not see you as a woman who needs pity, and I do not see your daughter as a burden attached to you. I see a woman of strength, wisdom, grace, and deep character, and that is the woman I want to build a future with.
Daniel, please do not say those words carelessly. You may not know how deep they enter my heart, because for a long time I felt like people only saw my child before they saw me. Some men made me feel like I should be grateful that they even considered me, and that broke something inside me.
I understand why those memories still hurt you. But I want you to know that loving you does not mean tolerating your daughter. It means accepting the life God has already placed in your hands. If God gives us this home together, I will not treat her like a problem I inherited, but like a child I must honor with love and responsibility.
This is the first time a man is speaking about my daughter without making me feel afraid. For the first time, I do not feel like I have to apologize for being a mother before I can be loved. And that is why I cried so much when I prayed, because I realized God may be answering me in a way I was too wounded to recognize.
Hannah, I have prayed too. I have asked God to remove this desire if it is not from Him, because I do not want to force what heaven has not approved. But the more I prayed, the more peace I had, and the more I became sure that I should ask you properly.
I also prayed, Daniel. I told God that if you were not from Him, He should remove you before my heart became involved. But instead of fear becoming louder, peace began to settle in my heart little by little. I am still healing, but I believe God is leading me, and I do not want fear to make me reject His answer.
Then let me ask you with respect, before God and with a sincere heart. Hannah, will you marry me and allow us to build a home where love, patience, prayer, and peace will guide us? Will you allow me to walk with you, not as someone who is perfect, but as someone who truly wants God's will with you?
Yes, Daniel, I will marry you. I am not saying yes because all my fears have disappeared, but because God has given me peace deeper than those fears. I believe this is His yes, and I am willing to walk into it slowly, prayerfully, and with trust.
Thank you, Hannah. I will not take your yes lightly. I know I am not only receiving your hand, I am also receiving your trust, your story, and the responsibility to love with patience. By God's grace, I will honor you, honor your daughter, and keep choosing peace over pride.
And I will also keep healing, keep praying, and keep learning how to receive love without expecting pain behind it. You have been patient with me, and I do not want to punish you for what other people did. If God has brought us this far, I believe He will teach us how to build well.
Amen. We will take every step with God. No pressure, no fear, no hidden motive, and no rushing beyond the peace He gives us. This will not be a rescue story, it will be a testimony of how God said yes and helped you recognize it.
Sister Nellie, please can I speak with you for a few minutes? I do not want to keep anything heavy in my heart, and since you are close to Roseline, I believe you may understand better. I am beginning to feel that Roseline is allowing fear and too much counsel to ruin something that could have been beautiful.
Brother Kelvin, what happened again? Roseline told me Pastor Samuel advised her to slow down and pray more, but I thought you understood her. Or has she completely refused to give you any serious answer?
She has not refused directly, but her delay is beginning to speak louder than her words. I told her I am not looking for a careless relationship. I need a decent woman, a woman who has kept herself and values marriage. But instead of appreciating that kind of seriousness, she is allowing fear to make her treat me like a dangerous person.
But Roseline is not the only decent lady in church. I do not understand why people make it look as if she is the only one who has kept herself. By the grace of God, I am also a virgin, and I have also been trusting God for a life partner.
Really? I did not know that, Sister Nellie. You mean you have also kept yourself and you are trusting God for marriage? That is surprising, because you speak with so much confidence, and I did not know you were also that serious spiritually.
Yes, I am serious. Roseline is my friend, but there is nothing special about her that God cannot also find in another woman. Both of us have been praying for marriage, both of us have been waiting, and both of us want a man who is ready. The difference is that I do not believe in wasting time when God has already brought an answer.
Maybe I have been looking at this whole matter wrongly. Maybe Roseline was only a path that led me to meet you, because sometimes God uses one person to introduce someone to the real answer. If she is not ready to recognize what is before her, maybe God allowed me to see someone who is.
That is exactly how I see it too. Sometimes one person's delay becomes another person's opportunity, and nobody should blame God for that. If Roseline keeps saying she needs peace, maybe the peace is not for her because the answer was not meant for her.
But Sister Nellie, if I tell you that I am serious and ready to settle down quickly, will you not also say you need many months to pray? Will you not run to Pastor Samuel and start asking for more time like Roseline is doing? I need to know because I cannot pass through the same delay twice.
Brother Kelvin, prayer is good, but sometimes people hide fear under prayer. For someone like me who has been praying for a husband, a serious proposal from a godly man can already be an answered prayer. If God wills my wedding tomorrow, I am willing to get married tomorrow.
That kind of faith is rare, Sister Nellie. You sound like a woman who knows what she wants and understands that divine opportunities should not be delayed unnecessarily. I wish Roseline had this kind of understanding instead of allowing fear and people's counsel to control her.
Roseline is a good person, but she overthinks everything. She wants peace, confirmation, counsel, time, and more time, as if marriage will wait forever. A woman must know when God has opened a door, and she must be wise enough to enter before the door closes.
Then let me speak plainly, Nellie. I came close to Roseline because I believed she was the kind of decent woman I needed, but her delay has shown me that maybe she is not ready. You have spoken with clarity, faith, and maturity, and I believe I should not ignore what may be standing before me now.
Brother Kelvin, I am listening. I do not believe God allows serious conversations like this to happen by accident. If He has redirected your heart, then maybe it is because He knows who is ready and who is still afraid.
Nellie, I do not want to waste your time or mine. If you are willing, I would like us to begin this journey with marriage in mind immediately. I believe you may be the woman God allowed me to find after Roseline refused to recognize what was before her.
Brother Kelvin, yes, I am willing. I believe this is not ordinary, and I believe God has answered my prayer faster than I expected. If Roseline lost her chance because of delay, then I will not make the same mistake.
Thank you, Nellie. You have given me peace with your answer. I promise you, I am serious, and I will move quickly because I do not believe in delaying what God has approved. Let us begin the marriage plans immediately and trust God to perfect everything.
I feel honored, Brother Kelvin. For a long time, I have prayed for a man who will not play games, and now you are speaking with the seriousness I have always wanted. I believe Roseline was only a path, but I am the one God wanted you to see.
Then let us keep this between us for now until we know how to present it properly. I do not want unnecessary questions or emotional reactions to disturb what God is doing. When the time is right, everyone will understand that this was meant to happen.
That is fine by me. Roseline may be surprised, but she cannot blame anyone when she was the one delaying. A man who is ready should not be kept waiting because someone else is afraid.
I still cannot believe Kelvin is now planning marriage with Nellie. I thought Roseline was the one he first wanted, but maybe she delayed too much. Sometimes too much prayer can make someone lose what God already brought.
That is what I am saying. A man cannot wait forever when he is serious. Roseline allowed too much fear and counsel to enter the matter, and now another woman has taken the opportunity. I only hope she will learn that good men are not everywhere.
Lord, give me strength. I can hear them, and their words are entering my heart even though I am trying to ignore them. Please help me not to fight your instruction because people do not understand what you are doing. Father, this thing is painful. I will not pretend that I am strong when my heart is breaking inside me. I obeyed, I slowed down, I waited, and now it looks like I am the foolish one. People are saying I lost a good man because I prayed too much. Some are saying I allowed counsel to destroy my chance, and Nellie is now walking around like she won something from me. Lord, if obeying you is right, why does it feel this painful? I liked Kelvin, Lord. I will not lie to you because you already know my heart. I felt special when he spoke to me, and I thought maybe you had finally answered my prayer for marriage. But when Pastor Samuel said he did not have peace, and I also cannot boast of having peace, I became afraid to continue without your approval. Now I am watching Kelvin and Nellie make wedding plans, and everyone thinks she is wise for accepting quickly. They do not know that I am not delaying because I hate marriage. I only want to marry without disobeying your peace. Father, please do not let shame push me back into what you are warning me to leave. But Lord, there is something I cannot explain. Whenever I imagine myself marrying Kelvin, fear enters my heart, and my spirit becomes troubled. Even when I try to convince myself that he looks good, something inside me refuses to rest. And whenever I remember what Pastor Samuel said, peace slowly comes back. Not the kind of peace that makes me happy immediately, but the kind that tells me I am safer obeying you than proving people wrong. Maybe this pain is not punishment, maybe it is you protecting me from what I cannot see. Lord, if your answer is no, help me accept it without bitterness. Do not let me envy Nellie, and do not let me hate her because she accepted what I was warned to avoid. I may not understand everything now, but I know you see farther than I do. I surrender Kelvin to you. I surrender the shame, the whispers, the disappointment, and the questions in my heart. If what left me was not mine, give me the grace to stop crying over it like I lost my future. God's no can hurt the flesh, but it can protect the life. Maybe my heart is hurting because I wanted what looked good, but my spirit is resting because you saved me from what was hidden. Help me trust you until the day I understand why you stopped me.
Martha, this is the company calling me again. I do not even know whether to pick it or ignore it, because my heart is already tired of hearing polite rejection. But let me answer it, maybe they want to give feedback on the last interview.
Good afternoon, Mr. Henry. I hope I am speaking with Henry Alex. This is Mrs. Lawson from the Recruitment Department of Greenfield Global Services. I am calling concerning a new development from our management team.
Good afternoon, Ma. Yes, this is Henry speaking. Thank you for calling. I hope everything is all right. Please go ahead, Ma, I am listening.
Mr. Henry, one of our senior managers resigned suddenly last week, and the company is now looking for someone who has both technical understanding and leadership maturity. Your name came up during our internal discussion because you have attended several interviews with us, and each time, the panel noticed clear improvement. One of the panel members specifically recommended you because of your consistency, humility, and willingness to grow.
Ma, are you saying I am being considered for another position? Because the roles I applied for before were not senior roles, and I was told someone with more experience was selected. I just want to be sure I understand what you are saying correctly.
Yes, Mr. Henry, this is not the same position you applied for before. This is a higher position, and management wants to invite you for a final executive interview. The panel believes your recent growth, your improved communication, and your leadership preparation may make you suitable for this new opening.
Ma, I honestly do not know what to say. I had started thinking maybe my journey with this company was over because of the many rejections, but I am grateful for this opportunity, and I will prepare seriously for the final interview.
That is good to hear, Mr. Henry. Please do not see the previous interviews as wasted efforts. They help the panel observe your growth over time. We will send the interview details to your email, and we expect you to come prepared for a senior level discussion.
Thank you very much, Ma. I truly appreciate this call and the opportunity. I will check my email immediately and confirm the details once I receive them. Thank you for remembering me and for giving me another chance.
You are welcome, Mr. Henry. We look forward to speaking with you again at the executive interview. Have a good day, and please prepare well.
Henry, what did they say? Your face has changed, and you have not moved since the call ended. Please talk to me before my heart starts running faster than yours.
Martha, the company called me for another interview. But this time, it is not for the small role I kept applying for. A senior manager resigned, and they said one of the panel members recommended me for a higher position.
A higher position? Henry, are you serious? So all those interviews you thought were embarrassing were actually putting your name before the right people. God was using every rejection to keep you in their memory while he was preparing a better seat.
Martha, I remember what the messenger of God said months ago. He said my lifting was connected to this company, but it would not happen the way I expected. He also said the first seat I desired might not be the seat God prepared for me.
Now you understand why God said wait. If they had employed you earlier for the smaller role, you might have entered too low and settled there. But God allowed the door to delay until your preparation and the right position could meet.
I was angry at every rejection, but every rejection forced me to grow. I updated my CV, took courses, improved my confidence, and learned how to answer better. I thought God was ignoring me, but maybe he was building the version of me that could sit in a bigger office.
That is why waiting must not be wasted. When God says wait, he is not always denying the promise. Sometimes he is enlarging the person who will carry it. Now you must prepare for this interview like a man who has understood the purpose of the process.
I will prepare, Martha. This time, I will not enter with desperation or shame. I will enter with gratitude and confidence. Even if I am still nervous, I now understand that God did not forget me in the waiting season.
Then let us thank God before we do anything else. The email can wait for a few minutes, but gratitude should not wait. The same God who kept you through rejection will help you stand before the executives with wisdom.
Lord, thank you for not allowing me to enter too early or too small. Thank you for using the waiting season to prepare me, even when I did not understand it. If this is the right door, give me wisdom, favor, and the humility to carry what you are bringing.
Somebody should tell me this is not true. My daughter was dancing this afternoon, smiling in her wedding gown, and now nobody is telling me anything clearly. Kelvin, what happened to my daughter inside this house?
Mama, I do not know. I do not know what happened. She said she was tired after the wedding, so I allowed her to rest, and when I came back to check on her, she was not responding. Please do not look at me like that, I am also confused and broken.
But Kelvin, you were the last person with her. When we tried to enter the room earlier, you told us she was resting and nobody should disturb her. Now we entered and found her like this, and you expect everyone to believe you do not know anything.
What are you trying to say? Are you accusing me on my wedding night? I just lost my wife, and instead of helping me, you people are already pointing fingers. Please, let us call the hospital, call the police, call anybody, but stop shouting at me like I planned this.
My daughter cannot just die like this. She was not sick, she did not complain, and she was full of joy this morning. God, why did I allow this wedding to happen so quickly?
Everyone should calm down and stay where they are. Nobody should leave this compound until we understand what happened here tonight, Mr. Kelvin, since you were the husband and you were with her last, we need you to answer some questions.
Officer, I already said I do not know what happened. The wedding was stressful, everybody was tired, and maybe something happened to her health suddenly. I am cooperating, but please do not treat me like a criminal when I am also in pain.
If you are innocent, then cooperate fully and stop trying to control the direction of the investigation. We will search the room, your belongings, and any area connected to what happened tonight. If there is nothing to hide, then there is nothing to fear.
Search. Officer, is that necessary now? My wife's body is still there, her mother is crying, and you want to start searching my private things immediately. Can we at least wait until tomorrow when everyone is calmer?
No, Mr. Kelvin. We cannot wait until tomorrow. A young woman died suddenly on her wedding night, and you are already uncomfortable with a basic search. That alone gives us more reason to continue tonight. Sir, you need to see this. These items were hidden inside his bag, and they do not look like ordinary personal belongings. There is also a paper here with strange markings and instructions written on it.
Jesus Christ. Kelvin, what is this? What kind of things are these, and why are they hidden in your bag on your wedding night? Tell me you did not do anything to my daughter.
Those things are not mine. I do not know how they entered my bag. Maybe someone planted them there because they do not like me or because they wanted to destroy my marriage. Officer, you cannot judge me because of things I know nothing about.
Kelvin, stop lying. Since evening, you have been behaving strangely, and when people tried to check on Nellie, you kept blocking them. Now they found these things in your bag, and you are still pretending you do not know anything.
Mr. Kelvin, you need to come with us. Your explanation is not convincing, and these items will be taken as evidence. You are not being judged yet, but you are now a person of serious interest in this investigation.
No, officer, you cannot take me away like this. I am an important man, and people know me. This kind of embarrassment will destroy my name. Please let me call someone first, let me explain properly, let me handle this quietly.
This is not a matter you can handle quietly. A woman is dead, strange items were found in your possession, and your behavior has been suspicious from the beginning. You will make your calls at the station after we take your statement. Hold him. He is trying to escape, Mr. Kelvin. If you had nothing to hide, you would not be running from the police. Now you have made this matter worse for yourself.
Leave me alone. You people do not understand anything. This was not supposed to happen like this, and nobody was supposed to find those things. I said leave me alone.
Take him outside. From this moment, Mr. Kelvin, you are under arrest pending investigation into the death of your wife. Anything you say now may be used as part of your statement.
So my daughter was not a wife to you. She was not someone you loved. She was not someone you wanted to build a home with. Kelvin, what did my child do to deserve this?
I did not love her. I did not even plan for it to be her at first. I only needed a virgin bride, and Roseline wasted too much time with prayer and pastor. Nellie made everything easy because she believed a proposal was already an answered prayer.
What did you just say? You mean you never loved Nellie, and you never loved Roseline either? You were only looking for someone to use for a ritual.
I was told that was the price for the next level of wealth. The herbalist said I needed to marry a virgin bride, and after the wedding, the sacrifice would open the door. Roseline delayed, Nellie accepted quickly, and I thought everything would go as planned.
That confession has been heard by witnesses, and it will be properly recorded at the station. You will also lead us to the herbalist and anyone else connected to this crime. This wedding has now become a criminal investigation.
No, that cannot be true. Nellie got married yesterday. She was smiling, she was happy, and everyone said she was lucky. Please tell me you are not saying she died on her wedding night.
Roseline, it is true. The whole church is in shock. They said strange things were found with Kelvin, and the police have already arrested him. People are saying he never loved Nellie or you. He was only looking for a virgin bride for a ritual.
Jesus. So this was what God was protecting me from. I was crying because I thought I lost a good man, not knowing I was standing close to destruction. Lord, I am sorry for questioning your no when you were saving my life.
Roseline, Pastor Samuel's warning makes sense now. When he told you to slow down and pray more, many people thought he was too strict. But now everyone can see that God was speaking through that lack of peace.
I am not crying because I lost Kelvin anymore. I am crying because I now understand how close I came to entering a trap with my own 2 legs. God's no did not reject me, God's no rescued me. And Nellie, my friend, she thought she was chosen. She thought a quick proposal was an answered prayer, and I thought I was the one who lost. Father, have mercy, because what looks like a blessing can be danger when your peace is absent. Lord, thank you for stopping me when I did not understand. Thank you for giving me a pastor who could hear what my emotions were trying to ignore. Thank you for your no, even though it hurt me before it saved me. Please comfort Nellie's family, because this pain is too heavy. Forgive me for envying her when I did not know she had stepped into the danger you removed from me. From today, help me trust your answer, even when it breaks my heart first.
Mr. Henry Alex, thank you for coming in today. Before we begin, I want you to know that this interview is different from the previous ones you attended with us. This is not for the role you originally applied for. This is for a higher position that requires maturity, leadership, and the ability to grow under pressure.
Thank you very much, Ma. I appreciate the opportunity to sit before this panel again. I understand that this is a serious position, and I do not take the invitation lightly. Whatever questions you ask, I will answer honestly and to the best of my ability.
Henry, one thing we noticed is your consistency. You came for interviews before, you were not selected, but each time you returned, there was improvement in the way you spoke and presented yourself. Many candidates disappear after one rejection, but you kept growing, and that tells us something about your character.
Sir, I will not pretend that the rejections were easy for me. There were times I went home discouraged and wondered if I should stop trying completely. But each rejection showed me something I needed to improve, so I decided not to waste the waiting season.
That statement is important. You said you decided not to waste the waiting season. Tell us what you did differently after the last interview. We want to understand whether your growth was intentional or only because you became familiar with our interview process.
After the last interview, I reflected on the feedback I received and realized I needed more leadership capacity. I took a professional course, updated my CV, studied team management, and worked on my communication. I also asked myself what kind of person I needed to become if a bigger opportunity ever came.
That is exactly why your name came up when this role became vacant. Months ago, you were not ready for this level, and it would not have helped you if we gave it to you then. But your preparation, humility, and consistency have now made you a strong candidate.
Sir, hearing that means a lot to me. There were moments I thought the company was rejecting me, but now I can see that the process was shaping me. I may not have understood it then, but I am grateful I did not give up completely.
Let me be direct with you, Henry. We are offering you the position of Senior Operations Coordinator, with better pay, more authority, and greater influence than the role you were applying for before. We believe you have grown into the kind of person who can handle the responsibility with the right support.
Sir, I honestly do not know what to say. This is far beyond the position I kept applying for, and I did not expect this kind of offer today. I am grateful, deeply grateful, and I promise to carry the responsibility with seriousness and humility.
We do not expect perfection from you, Henry, but we expect discipline, honesty, and continued growth. The same humility that brought you back after rejection must remain with you when authority enters your hands. If you accept the offer, I will send your official letter and onboarding details immediately.
Sir, I accept the offer with a grateful heart. Thank you for seeing my growth and for giving me the opportunity to serve at this level. I will not forget the process that brought me here, and I will do my best not to disappoint the trust placed in me.
Henry, please talk to me. Your face is full of tears and smiles at the same time, and I cannot tell whether I should be worried or happy. What happened at the interview?
Martha, they gave me the job. But not the small one I kept begging God for. They gave me a higher position with better pay, better authority, and more influence. They said they had watched my persistence, my growth, and my humility through all the interviews.
Jesus, Henry.So the same process that made you feel rejected was the process God used to prepare you. Now you understand why God said wait.
Yes, Martha, I understand now. If they had employed me months ago, I would have entered too low and maybe too unprepared for what God really planned. God was not denying me, He was enlarging me for the right door.
That is why waiting with God is never wasted when we use it well. You were crying over closed doors, but heaven was using those doors to teach you, refine you, and keep your name before the right people. This is not just employment, Henry, this is a testimony.
I remember the prayer I prayed when I said, Lord, if this company is truly where you want me, prepare me for the right door. Now I can see that God answered that prayer better than I expected. He prepared me first, then opened a door that matched the preparation.
Then let us not just celebrate with our mouths. Let us kneel and thank the God who knew what He was doing when we did not understand. The same God who said wait has now shown that His timing is never empty.
Lord, thank you for every rejection that trained me and every delay that humbled me. Thank you for not allowing me to enter too early, too low, or too unprepared. Today I understand that when you say wait, it is not punishment, it is preparation.
Father, thank you for remembering Henry and for turning his waiting season into a testimony. Give him wisdom, humility, and strength to carry this new position well. Let this promotion not take him away from you, but draw him closer to your purpose.
Church, today I want us to hear 3 short testimonies that will help us understand the message God has been teaching us. Many times when we pray, we only expect one kind of answer, but God knows how to answer His children in different ways. Sometimes He says yes, sometimes He says wait, and sometimes He says no because He sees what we cannot see. I have asked Sister Hannah, Brother Henry, and Sister Roseline to share briefly what God has done in their lives. Please listen with an open heart, because their stories are not just personal stories. They are lessons for all of us. May God use their testimonies to strengthen someone who is confused about His answer.
Church, I want to thank God because He answered me with yes, but I almost rejected His yes because of fear. Before Brother Daniel came into my life, I had already concluded that marriage was not for me because I had been used, deceived, and disappointed by men who made me feel like my child reduced my value. So when Daniel came with sincere intentions, I did not see an answer at first. I saw another possible pain waiting to happen. But God was patient with me. He did not force me, and Daniel did not pressure me. I prayed, and instead of confusion, God gave me peace. Instead of shame, He began to heal my heart little by little. Today I can say that sometimes God's yes does not come with noise. Sometimes it comes with peace, patience, respect, and a person whose character slowly proves what his mouth is saying. I thank God because He helped me recognize a genuine man after so much pain. I also thank Him because He did not allow my past to make me reject the blessing He was sending into my future. My testimony is simple. When God says yes, fear may still speak, but His peace will speak deeper.
Praise the Lord, church. My testimony is that God said wait, but I almost thought He had said no months ago. After an interview, a man of God gave me a word that my lifting was connected to a particular company. I believed that word, but after applying several times, attending interviews, and receiving rejection after rejection, I started doubting everything. There were times I told my wife that maybe the prophecy was false, because I could not understand why God would speak and the door would still remain closed. But my wife reminded me that waiting does not mean doing nothing, so I started using the season to prepare myself. I took courses, improved my CV, built my confidence, and learned from every rejection instead of allowing shame to bury me. Today, that same company has given me a higher position than the one I kept applying for. Now I understand that God was not punishing me. He was preparing me for a door bigger than the one I was begging Him to open. My testimony is simple. When God says wait, do not waste the waiting season, because preparation may be the bridge between the promise and the right door.
Church, my own testimony is not easy to share, but I know someone needs to hear it. God said no to me, but at first, I thought I had lost love, I thought I had lost a good man, and I thought maybe I had prayed too much until my chance passed me by. When Pastor Samuel told me he did not have peace about Kelvin, I was disappointed because Kelvin looked serious, generous, and ready for marriage. I obeyed, but it hurt me. I watched Kelvin move on quickly with my friend Nellie, and people whispered that I had lost a good man because I delayed too much. I cried in private because I thought obedience had made me look foolish, but each time I imagined marrying Kelvin, fear entered my heart. Each time I remembered God's warning through my pastor, peace slowly returned. even though my emotions were still in pain. Then the truth came out, and I realized that Kelvin never loved me or Nellie. He was looking for a virgin bride for a ritual, and what I thought was rejection was actually God saving my life from danger I could not see. I am not crying today because I lost Kelvin, I am crying because I now understand how close I came to destruction. Church, God's no can hurt the flesh, but it can protect the life. Sometimes the door you are crying over is the same door God is blocking because He loves you too much to let you enter it. My testimony is simple. When God says no, trust Him, even with tears in your eyes, because He sees the end from the beginning.
You have heard it today from 3 lives. Hannah received God's yes, Henry received God's wait, and Roseline received God's no. Different answers, different journeys, but the same faithful God who knows what His children need. When God says yes, receive it with peace. When God says wait, prepare with patience. When God says no, trust His protection, even when your heart does not understand immediately. God's answer will never lead you away from peace, wisdom, holiness, or protection.